Rematch was probably one of the most anticipated sports games of this year. Honestly, probably one of the most anticipated games of this year. It's honestly night and day to see the response to Rematch getting released to NBA 2K26 getting announced. Rematch might be breaking 2K fans out of the genjutsu that EA had them in. This is a time to be in. But since Rematch has been released, the air around the game kind of feels a little murky. Like no one wants to talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe no one can find the elephant. I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but please grab your favorite snacks, grab your juice boxes, and we're going to discuss today how I believe Rematch is a prodigy, yet a disappointment who has yet to realize their full potential. I myself was overjoyed when Rematch got announced at the Game Awards. I immediately texted all my friends and was like, you guys gotta hop on this game. This game is gonna be the next big thing. I just could not believe an arcade style soccer game was getting released. And I was actually surprised that all my friends wanted to play this game as well. It wasn't one of those things that like sits in the group chat. Like not one of those games like, hey guys, we should buy this game. Then we all buy the game, but then no one plays it. We actually were all excited for this game, and then we all, luckily enough, got into the beta. And I had a good time on the beta, and so did my friends. So much so that I made a YouTube video about it, talking about my excitement for the game, but also keeping in mind that the missing features and the bugs that I was experiencing was not completely indicative of the full product. But I was wrong. Oh boy, I was so wrong, man. Now let me clarify, I do enjoy this game, but the fun I have dies down within an hour or so of playing. At this peak, the game is so fun, but over time, my average experience with this game has actually left me feeling irritated, and the game kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. That's how I feel about this game. Like I'll have 2 good matches, and then I'll get into another match, and then I will have a teammate refusing to pass the ball or encounter a game-breaking bug, or a teammate will just kick the ball into our own goal. And I'm like, yeah, this is why I don't want to play this game. This is why this game leaves a bad taste in my mouth. This is why I was delaying playing this game. And it just reminds me right there, oh yeah, I forgot, I'm playing Rematch. How could I forget? Stupid me, I'm playing Rematch. I've been a good time playing this game. Of course I can't have a streamlined experience for 3 hours. I'm playing Rematch. Rematch suffers from 2 major issues. The first one is that it has a large toxic community. What do I mean by this? Well, let's say you boot up Rematch and you get into a 5v5 quick match with a bunch of randoms excited to play. The match starts and your teammate has the ball, and he starts going down the middle. You're on his right, another teammate is on his left. There are 3 people chasing him down like a triangle formation, kind of surrounding him, and he's like dribbling the ball, trying to get past them. Your teammate on his left says, hey yo, pass the ball. He doesn't seem to hear. He's doing dribble moves, flicking up in the air and all that stuff. He ignores the call. He's not making any progress towards his goal at all, though. He's kind of going in a circle. Now everyone's watching him play soccer by himself, basically. You now ask for the ball. He seems to ignore you, does a few dribble moves, goes in a circle, and then does a little rainbow flick, and an opponent headbutts it away from him. They then score on you, basically. You miss tackling them, and they score on you. He now says, good job! You break your screen, you break your controller. Like, it would be great if I could play the game that I paid $30 for, but instead I'm watching you do a party tricks for 8 minutes. Like, these players were the kids back in like 2nd grade or whatever that refused to share their toys or games with you. And then not just that, they will refuse to share your own games and your own toys with you. It's like when your mom would have your cousins over and they'd be like, hey, share your PS2 with little Tommy or whatever. And then little Tommy would have the PS2 for the entire night. You would not have that controller in your hands for the entire night because he's not sharing that game with you, bro. While there is a meme that there's so many egoists and there's so many strikers on Rematch, it is funny for a little bit, but when you're actually experiencing it, it's like, damn, this is a shitty experience. Just like how watching Blue Lock Season 2 was a shitty experience. This is not fun, like at all. Then, even if you get teammates that can understand that passing is a crucial part of soccer and how it works, they will find a way to annoy you somehow. Let's go through it. In Rematch, you can guarantee that you'll get teammates that will kick balls into your own goal when they decide they don't want to play anymore. Your teammates will stay idle and not move, especially at the beginning of the match. Your teammates will get mad and leave randomly if the game isn't going their way. Opponents will stand in your goal and prevent you from passing the ball as goalie, and your teammates won't help you at all. In Rematch, teammates will spam messages to be annoying. You fucked up a dribble? Well, now you're getting hella good jobs from your teammates. That's so great for team morale. While other games can have toxic communities, those games have tools and features in place to minimize the impact on the game experience. Rematch does not have those safeguards, and we have seen that games that do not have safeguards to protect their non-toxic fans will in turn make those fans toxic and want to play the game cheaply because the game rewards it. It's a loop that breeds toxicity, which brings me to my next point. Rematch at its core is missing important features and is buggier than an ant farm. Rematch does not have a report player in-game option, and while they are working on this functionality and it should be coming out sometime in September, I am baffled that a multiplayer game does not have this option natively and is going to come out 3 months after the game released. This is a small feature and it's something that can drastically reduce the amount of toxic players you encounter in the game. But since there's no easy way to punish players who don't play the game fairly, why will those players stop? Especially a game that has so many exploitable bugs and mechanics that are not fully fleshed out. And if you're not sure what bugs or mechanics that need working, let me explain some of them that I've experienced and seen before online. The first bug I see experienced online a lot is that you will not be able to hold the ball or have the ball in your possession. Like your character might just be running around aiming at the ball once a teammate passes the ball, or the ball might just be like right there and no one can touch the ball. It's like, what the fuck is going on? But then let's say you actually get the ball in your possession and like you're running with it towards your opponent's goal. The ball might not deem you worthy and teleport back to your opponent like Thor's hammer, bro. You might not be even worthy enough. And then let's say you're playing goalie, which is my personal favorite position in the game. That is the most buggy position in the game because the ball would just phase past you even though you're standing right in front of it, or you can catch it on your end. Like you might get the catch animation, but the game might just give your opponent the score because fuck it, like why not? And look, they have sworn to fix these issues, so I hate to keep attacking them, but why did the game release in the state? Because honestly, I'm having a worse time playing this game than I had during the beta. We got hella desync, hella ping, hella disconnects, but if I get kicked out of a ranked match, I get penalized if I don't join back for Slowcap's bad netcode. This is kind of a side opinion, but I do think the game mechanics can be hella repetitive. During my beta review, I did express worry that once you get over a certain skill gap, the skill gap is very small. And once you get to a group where all players kind of understand how the game works, it's kind of repetitive. We all do the same type of tricks, all do the same type of passes. I'm just like, but maybe this is how the game is supposed to be. Maybe it's how the game flows. To me, I don't really enjoy that, but maybe that is different. Maybe that will be different down the line. But let me get back to my main point. The game is missing a lot of features to where I cannot fully gauge what the core game should feel like. I can't report toxic players so I can have a better streamline experience. I can't customize my controls, which is an insane accessibility feature for them to be missing, which is they're saying they're going to be adding it in September. But why is the ability to customize controls not a thing you guys have now? A lot of the times customizing controls can elevate your game experience, and how this game released without it, I have no clue. And even if you do enjoy the core gameplay and you just want to break from the online experience, you don't get that because there is no single player content. There's no offline modes. And I understand this is a multiplayer game, but they don't even give you any type of gimmicks for the game. They don't give you no modifiers. They don't give you nothing so you can have a different online experience. There's no different modes. It's always just 3v3, 4v4, 5v5. There's no different rematch experience. So once you get mad at rematch, you just keep stacking it like multipliers because you can't do anything else. And what's a side opinion, I talked about this in my beta review as well, but why when you do the practice modes, when you get out of the practice mode or you complete a practice mode, it takes you back to the main menu. It's the practice menu. It should take you to the practice menu or ask you if you want to do the practice mode again. That's just a crazy thing that these have missing. Rematch is missing a lot of core features. I don't understand why. I'm getting aggravated. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. But let me remind you that Rematch was priced at $30, the big 3-0. And for comparison, when Rocket League released, it released at $20. And while I'll give Slowcat some leeway because they're a smaller team, so was Pythonix, the devs behind Rocket League. They were a dev team of 8 to 12 players according to Reddit. And I might be rewriting history a little bit, but I don't remember Rocket League releasing with all these problems. And I remember Rocket League releasing with more content than Rematch. I might be rewriting history because I was a small jit back then, but I do remember Rocket League being a very smooth experience. So I just don't know how this is happening for Rematch, especially because there have been games that released for $30, multiplayer games that do not have these experiences. Hell, there's multiplayer games that release for $10 that you don't have the same netcode and desync and all that. Granted, this is a different type of game, but still, this is insane. And look, the Rematch devs have also been super communicative with the community, but the fact that I bought this game back in June for $30 and there will be no major changes to the game till September, 3 months after the game release, I won't be able to customize my controls to to 3 months after the game released? That's insane. That is too long. And people have already stopped playing this game because I'm pretty sure they've been feeling frustrated. Rematch has lost 2/3 of its player base on Steam since its launch in June. In just a month and a half, it has lost 2/3 of its player base. By the end of August, I would not be surprised if this number jumps down or drops down to 10,000. And look, I know that multiplayer games loses player base throughout its time. The trends end and people look for other games and it loses the spark. But 2/3 is a significant drop in just a month. It's more of a reflection of the consequences of releasing a broken game. The question Slowcap now needs to ask themselves is, by the time I fix this game, will there be enough players to bring this game back? Can Slowcap fix Rematch fast enough and give it a big enough update for people to come back to this game? The key word though is fast enough, because even if their changes are sufficient and game changing, if the player base ends up being too small at the time they release this update, then there could be a point where the people who are enjoying the game changes might be faced with longer queue times and then get too frustrated and stop playing the game. And it's sad, but this happens all the time with multiplayer games or games that are released in a sorry state where they actually fix the game and to what the players will enjoy, but because the player base is too small and people already wrote off the game, they don't bring it back. And look, this happens all the time. Like for example, FPC Firebreak is going through this same exact thing, but it's a reminder to please play test your games. You can push the games back. I'm guessing there's some deadlines that we're not seeing and all of that, but this is a sorry state of games that we're seeing. And it sucks because I don't want Rematch to go through this. I want this game to succeed. Like I said, I played the beta and had a really good time playing the beta. I was super excited for this game. At its core, I love the game and I do continue to play it. But what I've seen of past video games and that this update that they put out last week or whatever in July did not fix anything, and they said they would start fixing things in September, I don't know how to fully believe in them. Like, give us tools to prevent toxic players in the meantime. Give us some desync help. Give us some queue time help. How can I believe in you? In 2 months, I have to believe you guys will fix this game? That's a huge stretch. I paid $30 for this game now. I want to have a good experience playing this game now. Rematch, in my opinion, is the light in the darkness of sports games. I was so tired of the 2K. I was so tired of the Madden. I wanted a different type of game, and Rematch gave that to me. It showed those greedy companies like EA that hey, you can do something different and you can be successful. And Rematch probably inspired a lot of devs to come up with different ideas for sports games and everything like that and gave them hope and inspiration. So it's really disappointing that a generational game like Rematch released in this state. This is a completely prodigal game in my opinion. So I'm just very upset that it released in this game in this state. And I don't know, I've been renting for a long time. I'm tired. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Rematch can tough this out, get through this rough patch and then be a very successful sports game? Or do y'all think that it won't ever bring that, get to those heights? You think the end is near for it? What do y'all think? Are you having a good time playing Rematch? Have you not played Rematch and you're thinking about playing it? Let me know. I'm curious what y'all think. Without further ado, thank you for letting me rant. I really appreciate it. More videos coming soon. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.